Hi friends and fays. I don't make a lot of YouTube videos, but I think I'm going to start now. And today's topic, I'm just going to talk a little bit about who I am and about myself, and I'm also going to talk about awakening your eros and what awakens my eros. So I'll start off by just saying my name is Feather. I actually do consider myself a fairy. That sounds kind of silly, but if you're a fairy, you know what I mean. I like to hula hoop. I like to dance. I use other flow toys. I do fire flow. I do aerial. Pretty much anything movement related I'm into. I do hot yoga pretty much every day. I love anything that has to do with Tantra, yoga, breath work, medicines, plant medicines, all that kind of stuff. I have lived in the PNW my entire life, so I am a forest fairy. I am a woodland fairy. I am in my 20s. I'm not going to give away my age because I'm not totally sure on the audience that I'm going to bring in with this, but I'm in my 20s. And the inspiration for this video came from some emotional upheaval that I had today, actually, in regards to relating to others. So in the past year, I broke up with a partner that I had been with for 5 years, living with them for 4 years. And throughout that relationship, I was very manipulated and coerced into things that I did not want to do. We ended up being what people call polyamorous, which I don't want to have any assumptions come of that. So if you want to look that up, by all means go down the YouTube rabbit hole of polyamory. You will find a lot of healthy resources for that if you're curious about it. However, I have a new partner now, and I realized that from the trauma that I experienced in my last relationship has caused me to hone down on what I really want, and has also caused me to have new trauma responses. Like when I express something that I need, I start to feel guilty about it. I start to feel like I'm a burden and I shouldn't even open my mouth because whatever I'm gonna say is gonna ruin the other person's life and they don't want it. And so, yeah, I just really wanted to talk about what really eros is and what awakens my eros and a little bit of how to awaken it, because eros, E-R-O-S, is essentially the universal energy or sexual energy or kundalini energy. If you know about the energy points that go up and down your spine, and there's plenty of other ones in your body, but those are the main 7. It is the energy that you feel when you do something you love, when you orgasm, when you are standing in the sun for the first time on the first spring day in the PNW, and it just feels amazing. That's what eros is. Eros guides us. Eros is what you feel when you get all turned on and juicy down there. And how you turn that eros on depends on you, because it's different for everybody. I will just name a few for me. So I wrote here, in simple terms, my eros awakens when I have all my basic needs met. I continue to feel charged when I listen and follow through with what my body needs and desires. So when I'm fully diving deep into what I love and what I want and what's good for me, that's when I'm awake. That's when I'm aroused. That's my eros. Dancing, resting, eating healthy meals, singing or being sung to, reading, learning, creating, when the sun's out, the warm wind, when the moon is bright and rising. And there's also this other aspect, because other people can throw this off. So I also talked about what my eros feels like what shuts my eros down? Like, what turns me off? What do I not like? I did write, when it comes to others being in my magnetic field, things get more complicated. I have to remember to fill my own cup first. And it's easy to forget when someone fulfills a lot of your needs. And this may work for a time, and you may feel pulled to do this back for them, and that can be a style of relating, but it can also turn into codependency. And codependency isn't inherently bad, but it can turn into a habit of using somebody else to be fulfilled. And what happens when that person's gone? You don't know how to fulfill yourself. So it's a constant practice to come back to your center and really know who you are and fulfill yourself, and find ways to do that. What that can do when you get into this codependent relationship is this can also exhaust your eros, unless it's properly reciprocated. But all in all, it's a really good practice to come back to center and really have the alone time to be able to fulfill all that you desire. And I also wrote here, what really shuts down my eros is when I'm not being centered with myself. And 99% of the time, that is my fault. It's my fault. That's your fault. I'm not saying that every single terrible thing that happens to you, in these matters, abuse or neglect or anything like that, doesn't really pertain here. However, we are sovereign humans, and we are able to stand for ourselves and center ourselves and make sure that we are using our intuition and focusing our energy on our core self and really knowing ourselves, which can be hard, especially in the first stage of life, which is like your teens, your 20s. It gets easier once you get into your second stage of life, but that can shut your eros down. And I gave away my power in my last relationship. I really allowed my partner to control me and manipulate me, and I was only in it for them, and I was not in it for myself. I was not choosing to be there. I gave up my power because I was too afraid of being abandoned or being alone. I was afraid to take the step, but I am so happy that I did, because the amount of growth and expansion that I've experienced just within the last year has been exponential. And I'm really happy about my decision. But yeah, that's really all I had to say today. I just wanted to make a video. you know, to kind of remind myself, but I also really felt inspired to just put this on YouTube. I am not much of a YouTuber. I'm not going to be your typical like, comment, subscribe. Maybe I will be at some point, I don't know, but I really like to come off on my socials as authentic, and you know, I don't edit content a lot. I really like it to be super raw, and so yeah, if you want to check out my other socials, I guess I'll put it in the bio or the description.